Today's topic is healing, how to heal spiritually. We heal all our bodies with allopathy medicines, but if we add spiritual healing along with it, that would help us to heal faster. So, about spirituality. So, what is spirituality? Spirituality is all the information about your own self. All the information about you as a spiritual being rather than the body and the mind, all the information about the universe, all the information about the God if you believe in it, and or the universal energy. Everything comes under the spirituality word uh, term. So the spirituality is made of two words: spirit, personality. So all the information about you as a spirit and also as a personality, as a person yourself, that covers under the spirituality. And meditation is made of also two words: mind, attention. And anything that you put your mind's attention to, that means that you're meditating on that aspect. Meditation, now under the spirituality there is and under the quantum physics, you have heard that there is only one energy. So the whole cosmos, the whole universe is full of one energy. Everything is made of that one energy. That one energy is prevalent in each and everything, whether it's plants, animals, human beings, or even in the mountains. I was saying the whole universe is made of that one energy, and so are we. So we are a part of that the same cosmic energy, and everything is vibrations. Vibrations create energy, and energy creates then material, manifests into the matter form. About ourselves as a human spiritual being rather than the body and the mind. We are not the body and the mind. And so at the time of the death, the physical body, when the energy leaves the physical body, we are declared dead. So we are the energy that makes the physical body work. Similarly, all of our other bodies, the mind also, we are not the mind, because at the time of coma, the mind is not working, but still we are breathing. So that means we are not the mind either. So that concept you have to understand: we are the spiritual beings, we are not the body and the mind. And secondly, we have 5 bodies that we use to create the experiences. And these 5 bodies are: first body is the physical body, which is made of food and water. Second body is your breath body or prana body, and that is made of breath, is also known as emotional body and also known as etheric body. And third body is again our mental body. We all have a mind, we use it to have different experiences and create experiences for ourselves. And then fourth body is the intellect body, which again is our memories, past experiences, psychic impressions, our habits, fears, phobias, everything is stored in that. So all the things that we have accumulated over our journeys of different past lives and also in this life, they are all accumulated there. And that is why it's called intellect body. It holds a lot of knowledge. And then the fifth body is the spiritual body, which is also the body of your which is also known as voice of your consciousness. And it is a guiding body which guides us, and it's also known as Anandmaya Kosh. That means it's a blissful body. Okay, so blissful body is again is full of bliss, and that is where as you purify yourself, and that is where our soul is connected. So as we purify ourselves, we will see that we can see the light of our soul shining through it. So sometimes you've seen that there's a lot of glow on the people's face, and that is because that we are cleansed and our 5 bodies are cleansed, and as a result the shine of the soul, which is self-illuminated, is shining through it. Now the first physical manifestation of that energy, because as I said, the whole cosmos is full of energy, vibrations, and that energy, as you know, cannot be seen or felt, but we know it exists because everything works on the energy in this universe. Even your phones, all the electronics, they all work on the energy. So we know the energy prevails. So that first physical manifestation of that spiritual energy, or you could say God itself, is the light, white light. So that is the first physical manifestation of that energy. And that light, white light again, is, we also say in different religions, the God is light. So it is white light, and that is the first physical manifestation. Then the next one is the sound, and then comes the five elements, and from the elements come the whole creation happens. So that is how the concept happens. But that is the first physical manifestation, is white light, and that is the same light that we are. I'm going to talk about now. If we are talking about the healing, we have to know how we first create the diseases. So we ourselves, whatever is happening in our life, we ourselves are responsible for whatever is happening in our life. So if we are sick, mentally or physically, it is because we ourselves have, you could say, created it. Now, so we want to know how we created that, those diseases in our body. Okay, so what is the, let us explore the causes of the diseases. So what are the main cause of the disease that we think of? Stress, right? A lot of people say it can be stress, it could be unhappiness, sadness, sorrow, whatever you name it. But that is how we are creating stress in all the five bodies. Now, how do we create stress? We create a stress through our own thoughts. Our own thoughts. So there are two ways of that we experience the life, and then we create out of it using these five bodies. The first thing is, as I said, in the mind. So using the mind, we create stress, and that is, mind is nothing but thoughts. So if we are creating negative thoughts, or if we are creating thoughts that are which are not only creating stress, but it is creating unhappiness, it is creating different kind of negativity, some kind of negative thoughts, all those thoughts are creating vibrations. So every thought creates vibrations, and those thoughts simultaneously then create emotions. Okay, so every thought has an emotion connected to it. So as soon as you create a thought, emotion is also created along with that, and that emotion then eventually start affecting your body, your physical body. So these thoughts were created in your mind, emotions were created in your second body, which is the breath body or the prana body, emotional body, and then it comes down to the physical body. So the whole process that that is happening is, it takes around 3 to 4 months. So when we create these negative thoughts in our mind, and we are creating emotions along with it, then 3 or 4 months we are creating it in our not in our physical body, but in our mental, astral and etheric body. But by the time it comes down to become a physical disease, it takes 3 to 4 months. So for 3 to 4 months, if we are continuously giving energy to that thought, which is negative, which is not good for you or conducive to your health, then that is going to implement in the basically in the physical disease. Now, disease is nothing but dis-ease of the vibrational frequency, because everything is vibrating. So your thoughts are creating vibrations, your emotions are creating vibrations, and then it was coming down to become a physical disease in the physical body. But that again, whatever is becoming as a physical disease, again is also has in any of the organs, every organ also has its own vibrational frequency. So because everything is energy, whether it is your own body, whether it is your own you could say whether it's your own 5 bodies, or whether it is the universe itself, everything is vibrating, everything. And whatever we are doing, whatever actions we are doing, whatever thinking we are doing, so our actions start with our thoughts, because if we don't have a thought, we cannot act. So every thought first comes down to the, you could say, the voice. That means that you may even voice that thought, or maybe not, and then it will come into an action. So our karma, or what we say as our action, it starts with the process of the thought itself, because the thought is creating the vibrations. So if we are thinking, for example, that I am sick, then, and emotions are nothing but energy in motion. And then when we think, oh, I can, for example, if I think that this food that I'm eating, before eating also, if we start think that this food can make me sick, then what are we doing? We are already giving energy to that food, thinking that this is going to make me sick. Now when you ingest that food, it is definitely going to make you sick, because the energy, the vibrations that you put into that food was negative, and that will create negative vibrations in your all the other five bodies, and it will create a disease. So disease is nothing but dis-ease of the vibrational frequency of that organ. Okay. So other example that I always give is that supposing you have a aversion to going somewhere and you're forced to go there, so you keep saying thinking every, and you have to go every week repetitively to the same place which you do not like to go. So all what kind of information, or what kind of thought you're creating, negative, and also you're thinking that I don't want to go there. So this kind of a thought is giving information again to the cells of your body. So let me explain this. All our body, our whole body is made of cells. You know, the cells and the atoms. Atoms create the cells, and the cells create tissues. Tissues create organs, and organs create systems, and then the whole system creates the body. So this is how the whole body is created. Now each and every cell of your body is connected. It is sending messages to each other, and all the cells are connected to your mind. So if you're thinking a thought in your mind, that message is being sent to all the cells of your whole body. Okay. And then it is going to create, since the message is being sent to the different parts, to all the cells of your body, they are each and every cell of your body has its own mind also. So with that mind, then it creates the cell. Now for example, as I said, atoms create the cell. Now how does the atoms create the cell? You know, when we dissect the cell, or the atoms, they are neutron, protons, and electrons. You've heard of that. And that creates a nucleus of the cell. And nucleus of the cell is created by two things, DNA and protein. Right? So DNA and protein. DNA is nothing but just the map of the cell, and protein is the protein which creates the cell, amino acid which creates the cell itself. So DNA is the map. Now how is that map created? That map is created by the signals that you are sending. All the cells are sending the signals, the messages to each other. That is what is creating the DNA of that organ. And if those cells, the mind of those cells are connected with your mind, that means whatever you are thinking is sending the signals to those cells. So if you're thinking that I don't want to go to this place which I have to go every week, then what is this information that you're giving to your cells? I don't want to go. Right? And that means then, if you continue doing that, after 3 or 4 months, you will see that eventually you will start getting pain either in your knee or your leg or your feet, or somewhere in the back where you don't have to go. Because if you're having a pain, naturally you cannot go. You'll be forced to stay home. So now we have, by sending the message that I really don't want to go, I have created a disease in my body, because now the vibrational frequency of those organs was disturbed, because the message that you keep sending to your body was something that they have to obey. Each and every cell of your body listens to your mind. So you are basically, you could say, the creator of whatever is happening in your body. There was a story that I read somewhere that a little boy having a cancer, and he loved he or his cells were full of cancer, and he was told that he has cancerous cells. And then he loved to play with ninjas, ninja toys, and they are warriors. And while playing, he started thinking that as I'm killing the ninja warriors, I'm also using those warriors. He started killing his, imagining that he was killing his cells, those cancer cells. So he started killing those cancer cells in his imagination and visualizing that, and he did that. And after that, he started this practice, and then every time he would think, oh, I killed 5 cells, or I killed 10 cells, and he used to be very happy. So with the thoughts, he was also creating emotions of happiness. So combining that, it created, what was the message that he was giving? That he wanted to kill those cells, and that gave him a lot of happiness and joy. So universe is here to fulfill each and every thought of yours, each and every wish of yours. So if you are thinking in a negative manner, uh, you are going to create negativity and some kind of a disease in your body. But if you are thinking like this in a positive manner, imagine what happened in after 3 or 4 months when he went back to the doctor for the checkup, his cancer was gone. So and this happened, it was a true story, and I read it somewhere. And that is the actually the way to explain spiritual healing that happened. And all he did was visualize it, and he killed it. And he was, because his emotions were involved also. So emotions are nothing but energy in motion. So that means he was giving a lot of energy to those cells, lot of the to that thought. And as a result, the more energy you give, the faster it manifests for you. Okay, so that is how he manifested the health for himself. So basically, we have to understand that we ourselves are the creator. And secondly is, again, this is one way of creating a disease for ourselves. And then I also explain how you can heal yourself through that example. But second way of doing it is also through your senses. Now the mind is your thoughts, but through your senses, 5 senses: touch, smell, seeing, hearing, and smelling. All these 5 senses again give you can create a neural pathway for yourself. Now how does that work? Supposing you touch a cold water, right, and you like it. So what is the message that you're sending? I like cold water, right? And if you go near the fire and you put your hand in there, and you will see that your hand is burning. So what is the message will be? I don't want to go near the fire, right? It can burn me, it can hurt me. So these are the conflicting messages. So this kind of a messages which are through the senses, they create a neural pathway in your body. Now neural pathway is like made also, like for example, you have seen a baseball player. They hit the ball again and again, they practice. What are they doing? They are creating a neural pathway. So when they are really playing in the field, they don't have to think how to hit. Automatically the bat will swing, because they have been practicing so much and the neural pathway has been created. So as soon as the ball, somebody throws the ball, they automatically swing the bat and hit it. So that is because a neural pathway was created. Another example is like you learn driving, right? So when you go in first time sitting in the car, you will first put the key in, and you will see how to put in the key, how to start the car, how to use the paddle and the brake and everything, how to use the gas, how to use the all the handles. But once you've learned it, then when you are next time going in to the car, do you have to think how to put the key in, or how to use the brake or the paddle? It happens automatically. So because you have created a neural pathway. So neural pathway is created in your nervous system, in your brain and in your nervous system, by repeatedly doing the same things. So using the 5 senses, when we do the things and which gives us enjoyment and emotions are involved with that, then automatically we are creating a neural pathway. And with those neural pathways, we are able to then we are sending a message actually to all our cells, that I like this and I don't like this. So this kind of messages are being sent, and accordingly we are then the cells are creating it. So normally in the science, if you've heard of it, every 3 to 4 months, whole body of our all our cells of the whole body, they change, right? They grow, regroup themselves, and they new cells come up. But why do the same kind of a cell come up? Because if there was a disease cell, new cells are coming up, they should be new, so it should be fresh. They should be without the disease. But it is not so. Because why? Because the DNA was not changed. See, the map that creates the cell was the same. The message was the same. Okay, I'm sick with a certain kind of a disease, and I believe that I have to suffer, and I also believe that I have to take these medicines, and I maybe have to go through a surgery. Whatever my belief systems are, that is what is keeping that body diseased. If I start believing, along with taking the medicines, that I can heal myself also spiritually, and I can also become I can be totally healthy without having to take these medicines, then eventually you will see that message will go through, and eventually you'll be able to wean off the medicines and you will get healthy. So it all depends on how you are thinking, and also how you're perceiving all the five senses. With the five senses, how you're perceiving all the experiences that you are encountering. Okay, so this is how we are creating the disease. And now let's see how to heal them. Now, so I have told you that there are two ways of creating the disease: through the mind, thoughts, and secondly through the senses. And that is by creating a neural pathway. Now, how do we heal these? Now, we can heal them. There again, first of all, we experience the life through 5 bodies. So let's heal all the 5 bodies. Let's go with starting with the physical body. Physical body is maintained by food and water. So make sure that you have a healthy food and water. Vegetarian food is the best because it digests in 3 to 4 hours, and the meats and non-vegetarian food takes a long time, maybe 8 to 10 hours. They sit in the stomach, and and they do not digest, and in the meantime we keep putting food on top of it. So because it does not digest quickly, it creates gases in the body, and then again the whole our organs have to overwork, and as such we have to our organs have to overwork, and as such we create a lot of diseases. So as doctors also tell you the most of the diseases start with your stomach. So vegetarian food is the best because that digests within 3 to 4 hours, and that is what our stomachs are actually made of because we have a small stomachs, and we can easily digest all the vegetarian food. Secondly, and also if you are eating the food, a healthy food, you can always bless it also. So when you bless it with the white light or with the God's blessings, that becomes like a prasad, and that will and if you think that this food is going to heal me, then definitely it will heal you. Okay, so that is the first physical body. Secondly, similarly with the water, you have heard one of the scientists in the Japanese scientist, he did the experiment with the water. I'm sure you are familiar with that. You might have read about it, that while he was doing this experiment was done on the water. He filled the water with 2 cups. On the one cup he cursed the water, and the other cup he told the water, I love you, and he sent a lot of blessings to the water. And when the water was taken and inspected under the microscope, he found that the water that was cursed, the pattern all the molecules of the water were very disturbed. The energy was very disturbed, and it was all scattered everywhere, whereas the water which was given blessings, that water had a very nice pattern, very organized pattern, and it was beautiful. So, and our body, as you know, the physical body, especially 70% of our body is water. So, water also, blessing the water and drinking it, or even if not, at least having good, healthy water and healthy food which will digest easily. And everything in the moderation is always good. Even if you want to eat non veg, try to eat white meat and eat in moderation. Can't eat meat all the 3 meals and 7 days a week. That will really not digest well with your stomach. Okay. Secondly, again, second body is now the prana body or the breath body. Now, how do you heal that? Breathing exercises. By doing breathing exercises, you raise your energy in your prana body, and as such, all your emotions which are connected to your breath also get healed. So, for example, you must have seen when you're very angry, what happens? How is your emotions? How is your breath when you're very angry? Fast and furious, right? You're breathing very fast when you're angry. And whereas when you are very peaceful and calm, then your breath is also very slow and steady. So in that way, if we are taking doing breathing exercises or pranayam and taking deep breaths, then automatically we are raising our energy, and we are also giving energy. We are calming down our emotional body also. We are healing that body. Okay. Secondly, also in this body, the prana body is our aura. Our aura is made of our energy body. And energy body, if our aura is very thin, that is, if we are thinking negatively and our aura is emitting that anger, if you are angry and anybody comes into your near you, they can feel it, right? So you can also feel it. So your emotions will also affect, your aura will affect the emotions of the person who's coming near you. So if you are angry, that person will feel your anger, and his emotions can also get affected as such by your emotions. Okay, so in that way, so we have to watch what we are. Our aura is very important, and our aura is created by our breath and our energy body, prana body, and our chakras. So the chakra cleansing is important. Chakra cleansing is related to our second prana body, and it is based in that body, and that is how the aura is created by the chakras energy, and the chakra cleansing helps to cleanse the second body, that is the prana body. Okay, that is the second body. Then third body is the mind. Mind, of course, mind is full of thoughts, one thought after another. So all you have to do is, using mindfulness, watch your thoughts and remove the garbage thoughts. Now, what do you mean by garbage thoughts? The thoughts are always evaluated on the three bases. First is this thought truth? Whatever I'm thinking, is it really true or is it just my imagination? Because a lot of times we imagine a thought, thinking maybe, for example, maybe that person doesn't like me. I'm thinking. Now, I don't know if it's really true, but I am thinking about it and I am giving energy to that thought. So first we have to evaluate it on the basis of the truth. Is it really true or is it just my imagination playing games? Okay, so from the truth point. Secondly, is this thought that I'm thinking, is it useful in any way? So if I'm thinking she doesn't like me, how is it useful to me or to her also? Okay, so from the useful point of view, also you have to evaluate the thought. And third is kindness. Is it a kind thought? Is it a thought that is giving me joy and happiness? And is it a kind thought to the other person about whom I am thinking about? So from the point of truth, usefulness and kindness, we evaluate every thought. And then what if we think, if it fails even in one aspect from one point also, that means it's a garbage thought. And what do you do with the garbage? You pick it up and remove it, right? And replace it with something positive. So basically, I always say that visualize that you are picking it up in a garbage pan and brush and what do you call the pan, and then throwing it out into the universe. So, so that is just your visualization, so that when you visualize that, you are really working towards removing that thought in from your mind. And then you replace it with something positive. And if you can't find something positive, replace it with om chanting. That will again bring your mind to something different and something positive. So that is the mindfulness. That is the process of mindfulness. That is either watching your thoughts and removing the garbage thoughts. So our mind has constant thoughts. It is continuously thinking one thought after the other, and you have to really be mindful of what you want to keep and what you want to erase. So that is the third body. That is how you do the cleansing of the third body and the healing also. The fourth body is again intellect body, which is all your past memories, psychic impressions, all your experiences, fears, phobias. Everything is sitting there. It is all in the intellect body. Intellect body is very useful to give your mind, because it's also known as subconscious mind. Intellect body is also called subconscious mind, and that is where all the information is held. So subconscious mind helps to give information to the mind when the mind has to make a decision. So for example, it wants to eat an ice cream, and the mind will give you, subconscious mind has the information that you are allergic to chocolate. So it will give the information to the mind that you are allergic to chocolate, so you should not have chocolate. And that helps the mind to make a decision not to have a chocolate ice cream. Okay, so that's how it works. So all the information is sitting in the intellect body. Now, how do you remove that? You have to remove that with meditation. Meditation, that is where the meditation comes in. With the meditation, as we meditate and we bring in and give the energy to all these 5 bodies, you will see that it helps to raise the vibrational frequency of those bodies, and as such, the healing automatically happens. And all these negative thoughts are always vibrating at a low frequency. As such, they get removed automatically, and because you're raising your vibration of that body, so as such, the things that are stuck there, low vibrational frequency messages and thoughts, they get automatically removed and cleansed out of your mind. So that is where the meditation comes in. And 5th body, of course, is your spiritual body, listening to your voice of consciousness, following it, trying to do the best, and trying to remove the connect to the white light and the light of your own soul. That again happens through the meditation also. And listening to your voice of consciousness will all the 5 bodies get healed this way. So as the healing of all the 5 bodies happen, you will see that you will be able to heal your messages. Now, all the organs in your body, in the physical body, they are always vibrating at a certain frequency. So you can also, when doing the meditation, I will be leading into a meditation soon now. While doing the meditation, you can give, if you have a disease in any of your organs affected, then you can give connect to the white light, and then give that light to those give the light to those organs, and do just this specifically for that organ, 15 minutes of healing continuously. So imagine the white light coming down, and then giving white light or healing light to just that organ, focusing your attention on that organ, healing it completely. So if you do that every day, you will soon see the results automatically. Okay, so that way the organ healing can also happen. And 5 bodies, once you start cleansing your 5 bodies, you will see as I told you earlier also, you will see the light of your own soul, which is connected to your spiritual body, Anandamaya Kosha, which is a blissful body also. You will start feeling the bliss within yourself. You will be happy. Your nature is love, joy, peace, happiness, and the light. You will start seeing all this within yourself, and it will also reflect outside. You will start seeing the glow in your face, and you will be always happy, joyful, and at peace within yourself. And if you are at peace, you're not creating any negativity, and you will be completely healthy, mentally and physically and emotionally. Okay. So also, as I said, there are different kinds of emotion that also create different kinds of diseases. I just want to mention those, like if you have a hatred or resentment towards it, towards somebody, or if you're holding resentment and hatred in your mind, that will create cancer. That is how we create cancer. Fear creates asthma. Injustice creates kidney problems. Then again, the uh, harsh words creates problems in the ears. Um, if you don't want to see something, that will create problems in the eyes. If you don't want to go walk, that again creates problems in the legs, knees. Arthritis is created also by injustice and lack of confidence. Lack of confidence creates arthritis also. Lack of confidence will create arthritis, and feeling the burden. If you feel, oh, I'm burdened with all these responsibilities, that will give you a back problem. So different kinds of emotions creates different kinds of problems in your body, because you are sending messages, and those and the cells of your body are receiving the messages and creating the problems, so that you don't have to so your desire can be fulfilled about not going, about not hearing, or releasing the burden. So if you're feeling burdened down by so much of responsibility and you're having a backache, naturally you cannot perform, so you get to rest. So that is how different diseases are created in your body. Okay, so this is all about how we are creating the diseases, and then eventually how do we need to heal them. So we need to heal them, and giving lots of love and blessings to your organs, to all your 5 bodies, doing continuously every day meditation on chakra healing. Chakras, when we cleanse the chakras, even though they are in the prana body, they involve it gives energy to all the 5 bodies. So when we cleanse the chakras, again we are healing all the 5 bodies along with that. So chakra cleansing and meditation, and basically you could say, um, if you want to cleanse, because in the intellect body we have a lot of karmas, which is the lot of past karmas that are stored in, and the karmas can also be finished off by 3 things, that is Seva, Sankirtan, and Simran. That means Simran is our own meditation. Seva is the service. That is meditation or prayer practice, whatever we are doing to connect to the higher energy. Seva is the service. When we do service, what do you call service? Selfless service for the others. That helps to remove our karmas from the past. That helps to eradicate them. And third is the Sankirtan. That is again chanting, connecting to the higher energy through a different Sankirtan is like this kind of a discourse, going to the temple, chanting, those kind of things. So your own meditational practice, selfless service, and chanting and keep mindfulness practices, all these help to heal you spiritually. And if you're doing the spiritual healing, then again in 3 to 4 months, if it takes for the disease to manifest in the physical body, again in 3 to 4 months, you will also see that healing will start happening, and you will see the results. Okay, and again forgiveness and acceptance and unconditional love is again 3 mantras that I tell everybody to use. Forgive yourself and others, accept others as they are, and yourself also as you are. Don't judge yourself harshly, and give unconditional love to everybody in this universe, because everybody is one energy, is the made of same energy. We are all made of that energy, by that energy, for that energy, and of that energy. Okay, so if we give blessings to others, whatever we create, that is first we have to enjoy it, and then we give it to others. So whatever you have in your pocket, only then you can give. So if you don't have anything in your pocket, even if somebody is asking, you cannot give. So whatever you're holding within yourself, that is what you're going to give out. And whatever you are giving out, first you have, and whatever you're creating, first you enjoy, and then you give it to the others, and then it's up to them whether they want to accept your gift or not. So this is the process of healing, creating diseases and healing. Any questions now? You can ask me. Yes.
I wanted to know about more detail about the disease. You mentioned that with ear diseases, it's about harsh words. Can you give
Yes.
examples about that?
That is, you don't want to hear harsh words, right? And somebody is there or constantly abusing you or saying bad things to you. What will happen? You will keep, what is the message that you want to, you'll be sending to your ears? I don't want to hear it, right? And if you are not able to get out of that person's presence, then eventually you will see that you will have ear listening problem. Because now, because the message that you're sending is, I don't want to hear the harsh words. So you have two options: either you remove yourself from that person's presence, and if you're not able to remove it, then you will have to listen to them. So in that case, you will be creating a disease in your, because that is nothing but dis-ease of the vibrational frequency of your ear, and you are sending the message, I don't want to hear it. So the vibrational frequency of the, or that organ will get affected. And if every organ, as I told you, has a frequency, it is supposed to be vibrating for its optimal health. And if it is vibrating, say your ears are supposed to vibrate at 100 frequency, and now they are vibrating at 80 frequency because they don't want to hear the words, then a disease has been created, because now it's not vibrating at its optimal frequency level. Or if it goes up to 110, then again you'll be hard of hearing it. So any discrepancy in the vibrational frequency, that means everything is energy and everything is vibrations, and everything has a frequency. So on the basis of the frequency disturbance, you will see that. But now who's controlling that is your own mind, your message, your thought. That is giving the signals. Okay. So as I told you, holding the negativity in your mind also creates problems in the organs. Even if you don't understand it, creating a resentment, as I said, resentment and hatred towards somebody definitely will create cancer in your body. Similarly, you could say fear. Fear will create asthma. You know how if you're fearful, you stop breathing, right? And what happens in the asthma? You can't breathe properly. So it's related to asthma. And injustice is again kidneys, you know. So different kinds of rejection, arthritis, fear of rejection, that creates arthritis. Any more questions? But you understand, it's your own thought process and your senses. These are the two things that give messages to your cell of your to your physical body. And especially the neuropathway is created in the physical body through the nervous system and in the brain, but messages are through the mind. Okay, your thoughts are in the mind. So by these two things, because that's how we experience life, and we create whatever we want to create through these two, through the senses and through the mind. So if we understand how we are creating, using them to create disease for ourselves or disturbance in the vibrational frequency, then we can avoid it. And so as how we create it, if we go the opposite way of how we are creating it, naturally we'll be creating the health for ourselves, or we can heal ourselves in the opposite manner. Okay. Any other question? Any